We're gonna be talking about this clipper already. It's a bad boy. This clipper, I have a lot to say about it. Into some of the facts, some of the things that you might want to know. I'm standing behind it. If anything happens in the future, maybe I'll look back at these in about 6-7 months. What do? I just gotta tell you the truth. Sorry about this. This is present to me. What you were watching was something that I recorded maybe a couple months ago at this point, because this was actually the first video that I was gonna do while revamping my channel, because that was a very popular machine that I really enjoyed. But, and there is a but, a lot has happened since that video. That's why I never uploaded it. That's why you got the other videos first. But I've been getting a lot of questions about this machine, and something happened that I was waiting for to see if my opinion was more or less correct. And this is what you're gonna see in this next clip, which is one of the reasons why I can't fully endorse this clipper. And you'll see what happens in just a few seconds or so. But I had to stop myself. I was editing this because I wanted to show you at least a little bit of how I started to feel after using it for a couple of weeks. I was pumped up to get the video out to you guys, and then some stuff started occurring which made me want to sit back and actually think, is this information going to be, is it going to be the kind of information that's going to benefit you guys in the long run? That's why I like to take a couple of weeks, sometimes a couple of months, to review a machine. In this case, after a couple of weeks, I started noticing a few things that were a little bit troublesome. So that's what you guys are going to see in just a second. But what I'm going to say is that my final thoughts will come at the end, which I did record in, well, at least a couple days ago. With that, you'll get more information about some of the things that I was thinking. But I'm going to show you a cut so you can see that these clippers are very capable of doing outstanding work. You can use these from beginning to end easily. But you'll see what I'm talking about. So in this next clip, you're gonna see something that came up that's information you're gonna really want to know about. So let's get back to that. What happened, Greg?
This shit broke.
See? This is what I'm talking about, man. This is the second one.
Look at this. This little cheap plastic thing here on the corner snapped. Happened to the first one as well. This is number 2, same spot. So what does that mean?
Same area.
So that's gonna be like a, what do you call it, a manufacturer's malfunction, or?
Yeah, definitely quality
it's the same
control
spot.
issue.
To me, it's like the motor's too powerful for the strength of the body of the machine. They put a motor in there that's too strong for this, you know?
So what's the plan? What you gonna do right now with it?
Well, it's gonna be a spare motor for this.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know, it's just gonna be spares. A spare. The plan is.
And that is why I can't recommend it. I still use mine. Listen, I still got mine. I still use it, but the moment it stops, the moment he stops calling me my name, no. The moment this stops working, I'm not gonna buy another one. I'm not buying another. But it's still good when it works. But quality control it's just not good.
Carlito.
What, Vic?
I mean, Cordless.
It does suck. All right, Brandon, 15 minutes of fame. What's up?
Not much, just hanging out, you know, another day.
See what I'm saying? That's why he only get 15 minutes.
Hey, tell the camera why you need to be on the vlog. Hurry up, tell him. Man. Hurry up!
He's stunting. He don't even know what to say, bro. He's frozen.
I can't say it. I'm waiting, because the vlog gonna go public. And then
Yeah, see?
if it's public, it's not private anymore. But hey, get me off this shit.
Oh, all right. We're just gonna blur his face out.
We'll edit that out. Nah, because it's a private conversation. Right now it's public.
He's scared, man.
I am actually. I was about to say it too. I got the.
You was scared, mother.
Shut your mouth.
You're gonna bleep that out anyway.
Yeah. You already know. So let's have a conversation about these clippers and my overall thoughts. It's a mixed bag of opinions because in one opinion, I think these things are really good. They cut very well. As you see in some of the examples, you can see I can easily glide through curly hair, afro hair, whatever you want to call it. It easily goes right through it like butter. And that's a huge plus. The ergonomics of it they're pretty good. I think that the actual plastic they use was a little bit of a mistake because it can be a little bit slippery in your hands. You can do what some of my other friends have done and just kind of put some tape around it or something to give you a little bit more grip. But it's not a huge drawback. Battery life is fantastic. The cutting blade that comes with it, I have to say that it's actually one of my favorite cutting blades there are when it comes to these kind of clippers, because you don't have to change it in order to get a great cut right off the bat. There's some clippers that you buy that are like these, and I have demonstrated a couple of them where you actually have to invest in a different blade, a different Wahl blade and whatnot. So that's an extra cost on top of what you already pay for the machine. You don't have to do that with these. These actually cut really well right off the bat with this blade. But where it all comes crumbling down for me in these clippers and why it's hard for me to actually recommend them to you guys is the quality control. The fact that they have such a bad housing, the plastic that they're using, it just keeps breaking. I've gone through many of these clippers. I have other barbers. I've already shown you the interviews I did with them where you can actually see where it broke. And the funny thing is when it breaks, it always breaks in that same area. So in total, we've gone through 4 of these. I've gone to 3 of these. This is my 3rd one. I have another one I use, but I honestly just cannot give it a full green light on these. They're worth the money when you take the costs. Like if these can last you 3-4 months and you're working professional, you're easily gonna get your money back. But if you're not and you're gonna be using this on a regular basis, I would say stay away, just because you never know. You might get lucky and actually have one that lasts you a very long time. But I just haven't ran into that situation. Like I said, I'm on my 3rd ones, and I have just found other machines that work just as well. These were almost my go-tos. And I'm gonna ride these until they break, but knowing that they do break and it's not a battery issue, it's just a quality control. I can't fully put a stamp of approval when it comes to these, so it's just a hard one to recommend. If you still want to take the chance, you still like this machine, and I still recommend overall just having it for most part, I'll leave a link in the description. The great thing about this machine is it is on Amazon. They do have it on Prime, so that means that you can pick this up. If you have Prime shipping, you can get this within 2 to 3 days. So that's a huge bonus. And another thing I have to say is that the seller that I've been buying these from has been quick to respond and say, hey, I will exchange it, I will return it, I will refund your money. So that's a huge plus. I would hate to get something like this from AliExpress and have to deal with that kind of issue, because you're talking about 30 days to get to you and another 30 days to return it to them, and then them ship it. You know, you're talking about like 3 months before you get a replacement. It's just, that's the problem. That's not worth it. But because they're in Prime, I do recommend at least trying them out for yourself and see what you think. They're lightweight. The charging time is really quick. They last probably, I want to say they could easily last you, if you're not using them on every haircut, full work, these could actually last you like 7-8 haircuts easily. If you use them every, probably I would say about 5 or 6 haircuts. But yeah, they're good. It's just hard to fully give a stamp of approval just because of quality control. So guys, thank you for tuning in. Sorry if this is kind of like a bummer. And if you like this clipper, look, this is just my opinion. You don't have to take, it's not gospel. It's just my experience with this tool. And this is actually the first clipper I wanted to review on my channel. But when I started coming across some of these issues, I wanted to give it a little bit more time to really investigate if this is a reoccurring thing. And after my buddy's machine broke in that same area, I figured this is gonna be my opinion of these clippers. So guys, sorry it's a little bit of a bummer review, but it is what it is. I'd rather give you my honest opinion than give you some lie just so you can shop through the link in the description. I'm gonna always try to be 100% honest with you of my own experience with these machines. So if you like this video, make sure you leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Peace.